Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here with my daughter.
Hi.
And we are going to have a little bit of a play around with these silicone moulds with hot glue. So I've got my hot glue gun. And then I've got these silicone moulds. I bought a variety of them from, I think I got them from Amazon. I did get one or two of them from somewhere else. It might have been AliExpress. I can't remember, I'm afraid. But I think these ones I got on a big multi-pack from Amazon where you've got all different types. So what we're going to do, we're going to have a play around making some using our hot glue. So this is not my idea or anything. I've seen other people doing things like this. But yeah, I haven't really had a play around doing things like this. Now, I have to say, I did do one or two just before the video because, like I say, I'd never actually tried this before. And I was a little bit skeptical whether I would actually be able to get into all the kind of, you know, bits and pieces of the mould, because they're quite fussy. So, you know, if I just show you, like, for example, this one, I mean, it's quite a busy mould, isn't it? It's got lots of little kind of crevices and bits and pieces. Touch wood, it did work okay. So fingers crossed we're going to manage to kind of do it again. This one is a lot more shallow, so I'm not so sure that this one's going to kind of work quite so well. But again, let's give it a try and we shall see. So let's try first, let's try first with this one. Now, I'm going to demonstrate one. I'm going to do it to show really my daughter, and then I'm hopefully going to get her to have a go to show you just how accessible this method is. Like I say, I mean, I've only tried it a couple of times, so who knows. And then we're going to kind of, you know, see how we can decorate these up. Yeah, so, right. Best thing is obviously if you've got a hot glue gun with quite a pointy nozzle. Now, mine is very, very messy, so I do apologise by the state of it. But it's a Bosch. It's a PKP. I think it's an 18E. Now, the reason I'm telling you this, I don't get commission or anything like that, but I'm telling you because I do get lots of questions with people asking which glue gun I use. Now, I always do use this glue gun. I've had several of these. They seem to last me about, I don't know, maybe a year and a half, something like that. But bearing in mind, I have mine plugged in all day, literally every single day. Well, not all day, but every single day mine is plugged in. So, you know, I don't think it's got a bad shelf life, to be honest, because it gets heavy use, I would say. But the reason why I love it is because it's got this pointy nozzle. Now, obviously, some of the glue guns that you get, they've got that kind of fat, chubby nozzle. And you wouldn't, I don't think, be able to get in here. So you're going to want to, you know, a hot glue gun with a sort of reasonably kind of like fine nozzle. Or, you know, you're going to have to at least be, but yeah, quite patient probably going in so as the glue kind of runs about. So it's been plugged in for a while. Hopefully my glue is nice and melted. So I'm just going to move these out the way. Now, I'm going to go in. I wonder if I can zoom in here so that you can see a bit better what I'm doing. So we've zoomed in. Right, I'm going to try and keep my head out of the way. And yeah, right. So I'm going to move this out of the way so as I get lots of access. So we can go in here. Now, what I found when I did the two that I did was, you know, I was kind of thinking, oh gosh, you know, I have to go in and get it perfect straight away. Actually, not really, because the beauty of the hot glue is that even if it's dried, you know, if you go back in, it's just going to stick to the rest of the hot glue, if that makes sense. So, you know, there's no rush. I kind of was of the mentality of, oh my goodness, you know, must rush this and get it all perfect in one fell swoop. But actually, as it turns out, if you don't quite manage to do it first time round, you could always go back in and then fill in extra little bits that you've missed with the hot glue again, because actually it's all going to kind of like just sink in there. Now I'm going to leave it without moving it. Oops. Oh, I shouldn't have touched that. Right. I'm going to leave it without touching it for just a couple of seconds. And the reason being is because obviously this is a silicone mold. So if I move it off the desk right now, it's going to kind of bend up and then I might just damage the frame while it's setting. So But I can see already I've missed 1 or 2 bits, so I've got a couple of gaps. Can you see that, sweetie?
I see a few.
So there's a few gaps. So just to demonstrate what I was talking about is I can go back in with my hot glue now and just refill in any gaps which I've missed, like that. Okay, so where's another one? Yeah. So like that. Can you see any more that I've missed, darling? It's quite hard to see, and because I don't want to get my head in the camera, you know, I can't get that close to it to actually see. But which one? Oh yeah, yeah. And obviously these don't have to be absolutely perfect, you know. You're just kind of doing the best that you can do. But can you see any more that I might have missed?
No.
It's really hard to see. You know, I probably would need to get my face closer. Now I'm going to try and pull this up like that, so I'm keeping it completely flat. So now I can see a little bit more which bits I've missed. So down here I've got quite a bit which looks a bit hollow, so I'm going to go in. Let me try and do it here really close to the camera. So I'm holding it on that card. I'm filling it in there. So hopefully that's, you know, filled in all of those spaces. Okay, and obviously it's balanced on the card, so that's keeping it completely flat. I think I've got pretty much everywhere. Just having a look and turning it round kind of so all the light, you know, catches all the gaps. I think I've filled it in everywhere. So I'm going to put that to one side now to dry. Okay, right. So are we ready to do the next one? So we've got this one here now. Haven't ever tried this one. Now, this one, obviously, you've got like a 2-section part.
Not the middle one.
So you're not going over here, but every single part there. Okay. So I'm going to see if my daughter wants to have a go. I might actually leave the card under so that if we want to then pick it up like that, the card's already under there. Okay. So you have a go. No, that's fine. Okay.
Should I do it on this one? Like this one?
Yes.
Not that one.
No, yeah, yeah. Okay. I have to say they're very fun to make. They're probably quite extravagant use of hot glue, you know, but they are quite fun. Okay, and you're trying to get reasonably flat because when we glue them on, we don't want it to be too, you know, uneven.
Both come in the bed that I'm kind of standing on.
So it's quite squashy behind my desk. So there's only one chair, so I'm sat on that. So my daughter's now stood up and she stood in the dog's bed, which is right beside my chair. And now the dog's come and laid in her bed as well. So all 3 of us are now squished here behind my desk. So pretty squashy, to be honest. Yeah, have you done that?
I think so.
Okay. So what we'll do, I can see, I think, a few spaces. So I'm going to pick it up. It's on the card. So there's a lot of threads, but we can pick all those off in a minute. So there's quite a few gaps down here and things. So mind my fingers. This is like very dangerous. Oh, let me move into the camera a little bit more. Sorry, just trying to get in frame. Perfect. Yep. That's it. Fill in all those spaces. And then here,
there's one back there.
There's a few bits. Okay, yep. Okay, shall I just quickly finish it off? Perfect. And then down that side. I think you need to go down that side quite a bit. Okay, down that side there.
Very hard to see because it's clear.
It is hard to see, isn't it? And obviously the glue gun's in the way. Do you want me to do that bit? Because you probably can't see. The glue gun's probably like blocking your view, but yeah. Okay. So that's that one. So I think we've pretty much got all of that done. So Oops, have we got, oh, I think we've got a space here actually. Yeah, there's a little gap there, so I'm just going to fill that in. In fact, there might be 2.
Oh yeah, there's one there.
So that's quite a good tip, is to use like a card or something underneath it so that you can pick it up and keep your silicone flat. And the reason being is because then you can obviously turn it round, and when you turn it round, obviously the light catches any sort of empty patches. So can you see any gaps, sweetie? What do you think? That's pretty much done now.
I think that's done.
Okay.
That looks like a very pretty model.
So that one looks lovely, doesn't it? Right, let's do another one. So should we do this one?
This one, yeah. That one looks very hard.
Shall I do this one?
Doing that one?
Shall I do this one?
Yeah. And
Okay.
shall I do this one?
Yeah. So I'm going to put this one under the... Oh, I'll put the card under this one again, just like we did with the other one.
Oh,
I'm loving that, you know, method of having the card. I think it's quite helpful.
I think the pink one is a bit... It's like you can't really see a pattern. Do you see what I mean?
I don't know. Maybe show everybody so they know what you're talking about.
There's this pink one. It's not really got a pattern. If you look inside, it's kind of just like.
I think there is
Some
pattern.
wiggly
It's just you can't
lines.
really see it. But so now I'm going to pick this up again, like that. Okay. So again, this is where I can now see a little bit more. Now it's up to the light, and I can just fill in. And you can squish down a bit, which sort of, you know, smooths it out. So I really don't think you need to be too precious. I mean, I have to be honest, when I got these, you know, having watched a few people doing things like this, I was a bit sceptical, and I just thought, oh gosh, I'm going to now spoil the moulds and just, you know, wreck them. And the glue will all be just stuck in. But shockingly, the couple that I did before the video, they did just then turn out fine. So fingers crossed these are also going to come out fine and not get stuck in the moulds. Okay, so like that. There we go. And you can see, I mean, I've got a lot of glue threads and things, but we can pick off all the glue threads in a minute. So again, just slide that off of the card. Keep that to one side. Okay, which one are we doing next? This one looks very tricky.
Hard,
so this is that square one. Now, the reason why this looks pretty tricky, it's not all that deep, to be honest.
Also.
It's very detailed and it's not very deep. And this square in the middle is very shallow, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it's not very deep.
Are you going to be able to do this, or do you think I should try?
I'll try.
Right, again, I'm going to put it on the card. So if you can't really see to do this side so much, then don't worry too much. Just do as you know, your best, and then we'll pick it up and we'll do it again.
I think it's just kind of this part that you want. Do you know, like the line where it's like when you're drawing something, the outline.
Yeah.
You don't really need to think about the inside because it's not really.
So remember, kind of, you can squish them in a bit, you know, sort of press the glue in quite a bit. I think when I did the first one, I felt like I didn't dare push it in. But actually, you can be quite, you know, squishing it. I mean, it's a bit like the glossy accents in that it sort of spreads and it's, you know, self-spreading. But you also can help it by kind of not pushing it, but, you know, squishing it slightly as well with the nozzle. So
you're doing pretty good for.
You're doing brilliant, actually, because it's a very intricate one, isn't it? Yeah. And like I say, intricate, but also not very much depth to actually get your glue in. Oops, you've gone over that bit now. That's going to not look so tidy.
Do you think we'll be able to cut it off?
I don't know.
Because I think that you could be able to cut it off.
I don't know. I'll have to have a look. I think you've missed quite a bit here. Shall I do that?
I can't really see, to be honest.
I know, it's very hard, isn't it? So again, let's pick it up on the card. Right, there's a bit there, which actually, to be honest, now I've picked it up, it doesn't look so bad. It's very hard to see, and this one's even worse than any of them, actually. So we just, again, go round with that hot glue, squishing it in as best we can, like that.
I thought it was going to be way harder than that. Oh, there's a bit up there at the top.
That bit?
And under. Yeah.
Have I got it?
Yep. I missed quite a lot now.
It's very difficult. This one's a very difficult one, to be honest. I think you did brilliant, you know. It's a very tricky one to do. There we go. Okay. So, yeah, I mean, some of them are definitely going to work better than others, but... I mean, on the whole, I was flabbergasted at how well they do actually seem to work, full stop, you know. I was very sceptical and thought they wouldn't really work at all. So that's that one. Right, are we going to try this pink one?
Do this one.
So on this pink one, we've got like a cameo. So you're going to try and do the cameo, and we'll also do the frame. And then I've also got these ones, which are like little egg-shaped pieces. So I'm just going to do probably just the large one. And I'm thinking we can do something with that. So let's do, right, which one do you want to do? Do you want to do the frame or the cameo?
I want to do the cameo.
Okay, so that's a bit different because it's not a frame. So go on then, you go for that.
Wait, I just realised. Do you put it inside of her, or do you not touch this part, or do you fill it all in?
Yeah, fill it all in right to the, you know, so it's level. Yeah.
So this isn't too hard.
But, I mean, you can probably see we've used almost an entire glue stick. Well, I say almost an entire glue stick. There was an entire glue stick sticking out. And obviously there was another one halfway in, if you see what I mean. So, you know, but we've used a lot, to be honest. So I'm just going to get another glue stick ready. But, yeah, so it's quite extravagant on the glue. You know, you wouldn't want to be doing too many of these because... you know, it would be quite expensive probably on glue, but you know, just for something different to do, I think they're quite fun. I'm just going to pick this up.
Have a look.
So I think we've missed quite a bit here. Oh, you might not have done actually. It's hard to see, isn't it? Really hard to see. I think you have, yeah. Well, I think perhaps you'd filled it and I couldn't see.
Yeah, I think we're done now.
So yeah. Right. Now, wouldn't recommend touching that, so don't follow my lead by touching.
Because that's
I didn't touch it instantly. Obviously the glue's cooled down slightly. And I wouldn't go right over because of course that, you know, that would kind of ruin it completely. But I just was able to just take off that little bit of glue that was around the edge. Okay, so now I'm just going to move this over slightly and I'm going to do in this frame. So I'll do this one. Okay. Isn't this fun, darling?
Yeah, I'm excited to see how they turn out. Like, I'm excited to put them out.
Yeah, I know. It's exciting, isn't it? Them? So, yeah, we're going to have a play around in a moment and we're going to see...
I might do like a tie-dye look. But, like, with gold and, like, whites.
Yeah. We're going to just have a play around and see. So, again, let me just pick this up and see. Have I got everywhere here? Have I got everywhere? I think I have. Again, just going to go around there. Oh, I'm getting a bit hooked to doing this now. There's something quite therapeutic about this. Again, please don't follow my lead and do this because you could burn your fingers. But yeah, I mean, obviously the glue's dried quite a bit by the time I've done it. Okay. But there's something quite nice about doing it, to be honest. Right, there we go. So, have I filled in all of those spaces? I'm not sure.
I think it would be very satisfying if you like filled the big one and let it dry and then made another one and stuck them together.
Oh yeah.
Didn't feel like...
Right, that's those.
Let's do this one.
Okay, we're going to do this one. So we're going to do this big egg now. So shall I do this one? Nope, she wants to do it. So, right, let me again put this down on the card so that we can pick the card up. So we're only using the big one, okay, sweetie?
The small one, it would just be one blob.
Okay. That's it. Now, again, I was wondering whether we could have put paint in the bottom of this or ink or something like that. I don't want to ruin my mould, but that being said, I might have to have a go. Oops, maybe another glue stick. It's not done because it's, yeah, it's quite empty at the top. So
Yeah.
it's quite big, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Right, tell me what you think. Is that looking full?
At the side a bit of this left.
Is that
Like
full
at the
now?
top. Like, let me do it.
Hang on. Because we don't want a big hollow part, do we? How's that looking?
Yeah.
Yeah? Oh, I am so sorry about that. I suddenly looked and noticed that the camera had run out of storage. So I'm not sure at what point it had run out of storage. But we just filled in this entire kind of egg-shaped one, which we're going to do something with that in a minute. But just before we finish with this particular mould, we're going to try putting some paint in. Now, I don't know whether this is going to work or not.
Do not put, like, fill it a bit. Put, like, it so it's, like, just a little...
Should we get a brush?
Yeah.
So as we can spread it round, because I'm just thinking otherwise. Now, I don't know whether the glue is going to actually adhere to this or whether it's going to kind of resist this, and then I'm going to end up with just paint in the mould and then the glue separate. But let's have a look and see. So, in fact, should I put it in there or should I put it on the desk and paint it in? Let's put it in, shall we? Right, let's pop it there. Use this brush rather than ruin two. Oh, you can do it another colour, yeah?
Yeah, I've got...
Well, or shall we try this first?
Yeah.
Because otherwise we might find it doesn't even work and then we've wasted loads.
Also,
do you think that needs more? Because it's quite see-through.
Yeah. Also...
Should we put a different colour?
Yeah, a
So as we
whitish.
get...
If
Oh,
this
yeah.
cream
Go on
one.
then, put the cream in.
Because it might not work. Wait, let me just quickly
Oh,
check.
that might not be working. Let's try this bronze.
Okay. Let me just see if this is like a royal blue.
Right, so now we're just mixing this up. So
Yeah,
we've got a double layer of paint. Like that. Right. So the moment of truth, we are going to now go. I mean, I'm not sure this is going to look great, to be honest, because it's going to be quite patchy, I think, from my shoddy painting anyway. But let's see.
Baby blue. Might try doing like a marble with the baby blue and the gold. It's a good idea.
That is a good idea.
Brought a pencil to like marble effects. It's looking good. I'm sure some people have done this. Hopefully it worked.
Like I say, I don't know. I mean, yeah, I can't really tell what's going on with that paint, whether it's kind of just mixing in with the glue, whether it's resisting, I don't know. But
Okay.
should we wait to tip that out before we just do another one? Because that's just silly, isn't it? So should we tip some of these out? So this one I can see already, we've got quite a few gaps, but hopefully not a problem.
Wow.
So can you see how brilliant that's turned out? So obviously I've got quite a few glue strands on the back. So I'll just peel those, or, you know, pick those off. And then we're just going to go around with our scissors. So you can get in, can you see here? Hopefully you can see that. So I'm just going to trim off bits that have, you know, not sort of taken brilliantly. So I've got a couple of bits there. Oops.
Oh, there's a few.
So this is on the inner parts of the frame. Like that. Okay. And then that one there. Like that. Okie dokie. And then on the edge, you can just then take off any little, you know, bits that just need trimming off on the edge. Okay. So, I mean, it looks pretty good, doesn't it, to be honest?
Yeah.
And that just took a couple of seconds of trimming. So, you know, yeah, pretty happy with that overall. What do you think, Dunham?
Yep.
Think it looks good? Sorry,
your
I've just
one or my
noticed.
one?
I don't know, to be honest. I've lost track of who did what, really.
Oh yeah, that was my one. This was your one. Remember you? I think you did.
Okay,
this one.
let's move that one. Okay, yeah.
there's a
So
very
do it on
big gap
camera,
there.
sweetie. Is that
Do you see that? Look, like right there. Like right there.
where?
Look, feel it. Like right there. Do you see that? Very big gap there.
Shall I fill that in, do you think?
No.
No, I fill it in.
Yeah, we'll fill it in and then we'll...
Oops, we've now got gold paint on there. So, well, it doesn't really matter too much because we're going to be painting these anyway. So I think it's fine. So, and hopefully this will show you that, you know, kind of if you have gaps, you can go back in and refill them afterwards. So let's move this one to one side. Okay, how are these drying? Oh, no, still not dry. Oh, gosh, look what I've done now. That's not great. Do not touch them before they're dry. Oh, dear. Right.
Maybe that one.
Which was the... No, maybe because that was quite a late one, wasn't it? That was quite a late one. Do you want to try this one?
Yeah. Okay, so this looks like very
right,
pretty.
Definitely don't try touching them before they are completely set.
God. You might need to, like...
Okay, do you want to do it in the camera, sweetie?
This looks quite smooth.
You're not in.
This looks quite smooth, doesn't it? Yeah, that's very
They're
nice.
really fun to take out, aren't they? So then just pick off all of those glue threads from the back. Like that. Okay. This one's got loads of glue threads. I don't know whether that's where it's quite a fine one. Isn't that a lovely one? I love that. So this one, actually, this was that one that had that tricky 2-step kind of frame. So this has got quite a bit of trimming needing doing, but hopefully it's going to look okay. So oops, like that. Okie dokie. Oops. Oh, I can't really see whether I'm in frame. I hope I am, and I'm not just, you know. Let me zoom out a bit because maybe this is too close to the camera now. But I'm trying to do it so that you guys can really see what I'm doing because, you know, it's not the easiest thing to see from a distance. Right. So we just go around, trim off all the little bits and pieces. We've just got little bits there. Like that. And then I've just got a bit of an overlap going on here. Like that. Okay, and then just this bit. Okay. I think that is done. What do you think, sweetie?
Yeah.
I mean, inside, again, like I said, it's, you know, it's got 1 or 2
bits,
sort of jaggedy edges. I don't think that matters too much, to be honest, you know. But, yeah, I mean, presumably you'd probably get better and better as you did these, the more you did them. But aren't they fun to do? Feel them. They're all squishy and really cute. But they're holding their own, aren't they? They're not like flimsy rubbish. They're, you know, they're kind of strongish.
I'm thinking this one we couldn't really see because there's lots of tiny gaps that probably we wouldn't be able to see.
Let's have a look.
Do you see like a few tiny gaps? Like
oh, this
there?
one might be going to be looking rubbish. What do you think? Shall I fill it in again?
Yeah, I think we need to.
Although, to be honest, I think that's going to be too hard to fill in. Let me try. This one's not going to be easy. So again, I'm going to just put it on the card. Okay.
Think a bit at the top, like there's a little line.
That one. Okay, at the top. Yep, well spotted. This one definitely is the worst one, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's because it's very shallow. So it's kind of like, yeah, tricky to get to. Just got a couple of spaces down here and things. Okay. Right, okay. Fingers crossed for this one.
Look at this one, it looks very good. The tiny one looks good.
Yeah,
I forgot what that was.
those look good, don't they? Yeah. Should we, pop it into the in frame? Yep.
So this is going to be your one. Let's see what, ooh, comes out very nicely.
Oh, looking good. Can you see all those glue threads? I don't know whether they're picking up on the camera, but just looks like sort of spider webs, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Take all of those out.
When you take the glue off, it
loads
just makes
and
strings.
loads there.
I think I only see one in the middle that looks a bit jaggedy.
Okay, looking quite good. We'll just pick these little bits off of the edges. Okay, whoops. Right.
So satisfying.
Let's just go around here. It is satisfying, isn't it? Do you think this is fun?
Yeah. She told me to remind her about a glue gun ages ago, and I don't think it would be this fun.
Yeah, I've been planning this for ages, and we've only just got round to doing it, haven't we?
Yeah. This one again looks super flat and nice, smooth.
Okay, right. Do you want to bring that one in then?
That glass kind of looking mould
Okay.
used to look smooth until you made that wave.
I know, what an idiot.
This looks lovely.
Does it? Look, we've done quite a jaggedy edge. Should we try and trim that?
Trim that, yeah.
Oh gosh, I wonder if we're going to make a very good job of the trimming.
You're good at cutting paper, so.
Right, I think what's happened here, we've not done this really deep enough, have we? So,
Yeah.
unfortunately, can you see there? We've just got a few kind of jaggedy edges. Now, I'm wondering whether we could even put it back into the mould.
And then do it, fill it in. Yeah, we can actually.
I don't know. It's not brilliant. Let's try. Right, so this is a real experiment here. So let's put that on there. Again, going to get the card to give it some stability. I mean, to be honest, this one's very robust, this particular mould. Some are flimsier than others, but let's just go in here.
The one that you put the paint on looks really good.
Yeah, I'm wondering what that's
Very
going to come out
excited.
like. Yeah.
Just imagine the marble one if it actually works. It looks like it has hair.
So again, just kind of taking those little edges off. We shall see what this comes out like. Right, okay, let's leave that for a minute.
I
Okay.
think this one, because this one
Yeah,
was the
let's try that
one
one.
that we did before this one.
Okay.
So this is what this one looks like.
Yeah.
Has a little bit of paint in it, but it's okay because we'll paint it anyway. That's got lots of details, which I
So
really
yeah,
like.
this one looks good. Hold on. Bring that back for a minute. Just want to see. Right, okay. Because I wasn't sure whether this is my misgluing. Yeah, so I'm going to just go in and take this bit off. So we're just trying to tidy this up so as it looks a little bit more, you know, forming the shape. Oh my goodness, that's very fiddly. Right, well, I did not make the best job of this one, it's got to be said. Okay. So, you know, like I said, if you had one of those more chunky glue nozzles, I think this would be trickier. I don't think it would be impossible, but definitely you'd have to kind of perhaps go round a couple of times, like really kind of like squishing it in. I think then that would get round, you know, get round the problems if you kind of like squished your glue in. And to be honest, I probably haven't squished the glue in enough. And I think that's, you know, where I've gone wrong on some of these. I should have squished the glue in more. Like on this one, you can probably see I've not got a very good round edge here.
No,
so I definitely, yeah,
like a bit.
I definitely should have kind of.
But I quite like it like that, to be honest.
I don't know whether I should have done it more and then it would have been filled in all the way round, or whether I should have done it less. I'm not sure. Let's try and just cut this off because, like you say, it's looking a bit triangular, which is a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I've got
Think
this
you
horrible
might make
feeling
it
I've
more
now. Yeah, I think I have. Oh.
Yeah. But it's okay if we make it more triangular. It might be more natural. Oh, it actually looks quite nice. I like it triangular, don't you? Looks quite
Not
nice.
really.
I'm liking it. I think you're just going to slice it in half at this point.
I might do. To be honest, I don't think that would be a problem because I think you'd just be able to glue it back.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I quite like it like that with the triangle.
It's okay. It's okay.
It's like
I mean,
a face.
it's not brilliant.
This one looks a bit like tall at some bits and then low at other bits. Like this bit right here, if you see that.
Here we go.
It looks a bit like a high, like you see that.
It's okay, do you think? Right, let's check out these couple, shall we?
So first of all, let's check this.
Okay.
That one has the wave in it, but it looks quite good to be honest. We can just cut that off. Okay, so this one was very detailed, so we need to be very... Oh, it's very fragile. I think it's quite good.
So this one's much more fragile. To be honest, I can see already we've not done the glue thick enough. Can you see here? There's kind of like almost
thin.
holes in it. So I think lesson there is we should have gone heavier with the glue. We might be able to pop it back in and go over again. Oh no, that's not
the wrong way around, I think.
No, it's not.
Oh no, it isn't.
It's not working brilliantly to pop that back in, but that's fine. To be honest, again, I think once we paint this, it would actually still look okay.
Yeah, because they won't really notice, to be honest.
Well, sometimes frames are a bit, you know, a bit jaggedy, aren't they?
This frame is very glittery, very shiny.
It is very shiny. Looks pretty on you.
Thank you. Like your ring.
Oh, thank you, sweetie. Right. Oh, I don't know whether I'm actually making this worse, to be honest, but right. I mean, it's pretty misshaped, isn't it? Weird. Do you think? It's not great.
Yeah, at the bottom it's like up and then but down again.
It's not great, is it? It's.
No,
do you think we could trim this bit?
You need to trim that bit because that's.
What do you think now?
Yeah, that looks good now.
Yeah, just cut that bit off.
There,
Not too bad. To be honest, I mean, once that's painted, I think it will be okay. Do you?
Yeah.
Right, let's put that to one side. Right,
for this one.
I really hope that this paint has worked. I don't know whether it's going to have done. So let's take this clear one out.
I think I've seen it work.
This is the one.
That's lovely.
That unfortunately I should definitely not have touched because can you see there? I've now got this weird bit. So I'm going to snip that off. Oh my goodness, come on. Right, so I've got a bit of a lump there. Could probably
Hopefully
get
we
it.
can cut that.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably file it off if not. Just take off those little edge bits like that. Okay.
Very nice. Looks like bubbly.
Looks good, doesn't it? Right, it feels gorgeous. I'll let you have a touch in a minute.
So smooth.
Just gonna have to
just file that. Probably.
Yeah, I could probably file that off or go in with some more pointy scissors. More pointy scissors, I'm thinking, to get in and get that taken off. But anyway.
Looks like it could be a ring. Like the middle part of the ring.
Have a feel of how lovely that feels.
Wow.
Doesn't it feel lovely?
How's it done so hard?
It's really nice, isn't it? Like very squishy. Right, okay. Here's for the moment of truth, the very exciting one.
Excited. Oh, it actually kind of is working.
It's not working.
Wait,
look.
a tiny bit. Wait.
Oh, the paint's all still wet.
Wait.
That's not great.
It's kind of working because
the paint's very wet on there.
Maybe we need to let it dry. If we just let it dry, I think it will work.
Okay, right. We're going to leave this to dry. It's a very rough surface.
We could have just painted it, but
I wonder if we'd have left the paint to dry in there before we did the hot glue.
What if we like put the glue in the hot glue? No, what if we put
Do you know, I don't think it would have worked because this paint around the edge seemed to have dried and it just was coming away from the thing.
I think
right.
Maybe if
we're going to leave that there.
Paint in the middle, it might work because it might just solidify it in the middle.
Let's try. Oops, just getting a wipe. So I just want to clean so I don't actually ruin my mould. Okay. Now, I'm thinking, because that whole paint peeling off thing that happened, I'm kind of wondering whether we need to gesso these before we can actually paint them. So, shall we try gessoing? Oh, we forgot to take this one out now. There we go. Okay, so it's a little bit lumpy, but again, we can just tidy that up around the edge like that. Like that. And like that. Okay. Okie dokie.
I like doing your
Looking pretty good,
videos.
isn't it? Oh, thank you, sweetie. It's nice having you here. Right. So I'm thinking we should probably gesso these bits before painting them. Yeah, what do you think? So do you know what gesso is? Have you heard of that,
No.
sweetheart? So it's like a primer, which kind of prepares the surfaces, you know, for painting. So because the hot glue is a... Sorry, I'm just going to quickly clean this paintbrush from the gold paint that we used. Because the hot glue is a sort of non-porous surface, I'm thinking that the paint is not really going to set very well on there. So I'm thinking go in with some gesso, which is going to prime the surfaces. So we're just going to...
Gesso.
No. So if I just take a bit of gesso, now I'm not saying this is the right paintbrush, but okay, and we can just go over that with this. This is white gesso. It's the thin gesso. It's not like that thick, heavy gesso or anything. So we're going to go over that. Now, I'm thinking probably we're going to need to do a couple of coats of this. And the reason being is because where I'm obviously turning this round, you know, I'm touching it, which is probably wiping some of the gesso off. So yeah, I mean, probably in an ideal world, we'll give this a couple of coats. So I've got some little greaseproof paper circles. So I'm just going to stand the pieces on the greaseproof paper. So did you want to grab yourself a brush?
Yes.
And you could paint them one or two of these.
That's the most exciting one, I think. It's
What, this smooth one? It's lovely, isn't it? But this one actually is going to look the worse painted, if you see what I mean, because it's not going to be forgiving at all. So that one, definitely, it might even need 3 coats because it's looking very patchy and rubbish.
I like
Get yourself a circle, sweetie, so that you can just stand your pieces onto the circle. There we go. Because I don't think this is going to dry very quickly. Being a non-porous surface, we will probably have to leave these for maybe an hour or something before they'll be ready for painting.
I like painting. Like right now, this feels like painting.
It's nice, isn't it? It's quite therapeutic, do you think?
Yeah.
And the reason I'm doing this, you know, with a brush instead of like my finger and things is obviously there's a lot of detail. These are quite, you know, quite detailed, aren't they? And we can get in to all the crevices by using a brush. If you were using your finger, you wouldn't be able to, you know, get into the detailed parts. So again, you know, I'm thinking, yeah, 2 or 3 coats to get into every single gap and every single sort of part. So let's do another one.
It's looking very pretty.
Aren't they lovely?
What little glass pieces that you're painting?
They're really nice, aren't they? I mean, to be honest, you know, you could just use them see-through, I guess, but... Should we try one with just some gold paint straight on it and see what happens? Because obviously, you know, if the paint does stick to it, then that would be really great, wouldn't it? Because it would save you having to do this. And you might even be able to get away with just having like dabs of gold. So your paint was not really solid. And then you've got a bit of a see-through frame with gold. What do you think? Do you think that would be quite nice?
I think I might paint a marble one. Like, I might use my little pencil to kind of marble it a bit.
Oh, good idea.
Because I like marbling stuff.
Right, okay, so that's that one. Right, so I'm just going to now clean my brush, and then we've only got one more now left to paint. So I'm going to now try this one with some gold paint directly onto this. So without doing the gesso, I might even do the gold with the bronze, because I really like mixing the gold and the bronze. I think it's quite nice. Do you like it when it's mixed in with the bronze, or do you like it just white? Just gold.
I like both. It'd be good if you marbled it.
I'm not that clever, I don't think, but right, let's just mix those in a bit.
On your desk.
What do you think?
Yeah, that looks really good.
Oh, it does look nice actually.
If he has like some patches that are just bronze and just gold, that would look very pretty.
But can you see it's maybe kind of looking a bit, I don't know. What do you think? Actually, I'm quite liking it, to be honest. Maybe I'll prefer them without the gesso now, I'm thinking. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe I prefer them without the gesso.
Oh, yeah. But I'm thinking this quite nice with the gesso, because it might because it's kind of like white paint, so
yeah
might be nice to have a little white paint background.
Now the other thing is, obviously, you know, you have got kind of the sides, so you want to get your paint down the sides as well.
Should I put the gesso
yeah
on the sides?
Yeah,
I was doing that and thinking you'd be like, why did you do that?
okay. Yeah, maybe the gesso is not necessary, to be honest. I just thought possibly the paint wouldn't really stick so brilliantly, but I may be completely wrong. So we shall just see when it's all dry. Okay, right. So we're going to leave all this to dry, and then we will come back either later today or tomorrow and give you an update of the paint effects. Okay, so we shall see you shortly. Right, we are back. So we have got these ones. Now, the one that we painted with the gold paint is not yet dry. These we've actually given another couple of coats. So they've had 3 coats on all of these. So what we're going to try and do, we're going to try and paint 1 or 2. We're going to try and paint, I think, with the gold. Then I think what I'd like to do is just try inking up and seeing what it looks like, just, you know, just inked with my ink pad. So let me just get my ink pad, which, oh my goodness, where has that disappeared to now? Yep, it's under there. Right, so let's get the ink pad first. And what do you think? This one?
I'm thinking, because that one's really nice, I'm thinking maybe
that one?
That one, yeah.
Mind your brush, please. It's very near my sleeve.
It's not any paint on it, actually, somehow.
So that's that one. Just distress inked. That looks quite nice, doesn't it? What do you think?
Yeah, very vintage.
It does look very vintage, doesn't it? So not gold or anything, but just quite subtle, quite pretty. Yeah, quite liking that. Hopefully that would be durable and not wiping off. I quite like that. Actually. What do you think? Quite pretty?
Yeah. I might do this one, like, you know, with the paint that you use, but I might add a bit more gold and, like, marble it.
Okay, so let's put some more gold down. Okay. Oops. Okay. Right. So then let's do.
Okay.
Are you doing this one?
Yep.
Yep. So I'll just do this one.
Do like some blobs over here. You'll see it's actually going to look really good.
I'm kind of thinking maybe I preferred this when it went straight onto the glue without the gesso. What do you think?
I'm thinking it looks fine. Because you can kind of just cover it, you know?
It's not just that, but we don't know yet whether that glue is going to resist the paint, you know, without the gesso, whether it actually would just be sort of peeling off. So, yeah, we'll have to reserve judgment until we know, but... Oh, do we need more gold paint?
Yeah.
That did not go very far, did it?
Anyway, is it looking good?
Pretty rubbish. Okay. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad, not bad. Right, let's just go over with a bit more. So I'm just dabbing this, really, rather than painting it. Trying to get it a bit two-tone with the bronze and the gold.
I think it's looking very nice. Ooh, picking it up a bit.
Okay. What do you think?
What do you think about mine?
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So that's that one. Looks pretty lovely, doesn't it? Okay, let's put that out the way. Right, now, for these two, I'm really nervous for some reason about painting this one. What do you think? Do you think we're going to be able to paint her? Shall I try and ink her first?
Maybe. Okay, I'm thinking it looks better now because I think it looks a bit weird.
What do you think?
before.
Oh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? Just edge her with a bit of gold.
So you can see her face a bit.
I'm
really liking this. I really like this now. I've like, oh, put the pad. I'm really liking this now. It's like mixed in a bit, guys.
Yeah, looks nicer now. It's mixed in, doesn't it?
Yep. And it's got some blotches as well, which I like.
Okay. Pop a bit more of that.
What are we going to do for the circle?
So for the circle, I've got something different planned. So, oh, there we go. What do you think to that? Do you think her face is showing up much or not?
Yeah, I think it is. I think you might need to do like her like gold and then like a bit on the outside, a bit bronzy, but not too bronze. You might have to mix it with a bit of gold. Like right here, I'm going to make a little colour for you. Maybe make a little bronzy but like gold colour because she's a bit too mixed in the background. Okay, I'm thinking use some of this for like the background. Wait, I need to make it a bit more brown because.
Do you know what I'm thinking? Actually, maybe go over her with white. Because you know when you buy the cameos, I think are they normally white? Oh, I wish I could think now what one looked like. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe go over her with white. Right, let's put that to one side. Okay, right. So my plan for this one is we're going to ink this up. Oh gosh, feel really nervous. Nervous I'm going to ruin this. Mind your brush, darling. It's very near my sleeve. Right, so we ink this up. Just to vintage it up, we don't want it bright white after all. Okay, and then what I've got here is I've got some stamps. Now these are from those Stampendous tiny things. So I was lucky enough to be sent this packet by a lovely subscriber quite a long time ago. It's my second packet of these because my first packet, a lot of them had lost their well, they'd lost their stick, and they'd also, some of them had lost their like shape a bit really because they'd been stamped so much. So I'm going to take this little one off this chair. Okay, I'm going to stamp it. Oh my goodness, what a mess my desk is. Stamp it onto here. Now I'm not going to use a block or anything because this is domed, so I may have to like you know, shape it in. Yeah, like I'm very nervous for this.
What if we mess it up?
Very nervous. Right, so I'm using my black Stays On. This is obviously ink that you can stamp onto anything, so all being well we can stamp it onto there. Okay, let's just quickly stamp it onto the back of something. I'm just going to stamp it onto the back of here. Check we're getting a good, clear, clean image. This has never been stamped before. So we want to make sure it's nice and inked up and juicy. Good. So better. The more you ink it, you know, the better it's going to pick up. So just do it a few times so it's really going to be strong, hopefully.
It's looking good.
Now unfortunately I have got a cameo stamp which I was planning on using, but I can't find it. I've got a very tiny cameo stamp in with this pack, but it's too small, although there were those tiny little egg-shaped ones which we could have used. But anyway, so hopefully the chair's going to look good anyway. So
I think it will.
I don't know whether it's going to even stamp very well onto this because it's maybe a bit too porous, but let's try. Oh my goodness.
I'm so scared.
So am I. I hope I don't ruin it.
Because you might slightly move it when we've done it. Oh, wow.
What do we think?
It's very beautiful.
I mean, it's a little bit patchy. You know, I've kind of missed it slightly, but
I love it.
I think you can pick up that it's a chair, do you?
Yep, and I love it.
I think it looks okay. So put that one down back on the packet. And put those away. And then, of course, you could edge that with a bit of gold or something, just to, you know, just to sort of pretty that up.
Just imagine if you could like put that in the middle of one with the circle, like as a picture.
Isn't it lovely?
Yeah.
And do you know what I'm even thinking, actually? You could go over this with, I don't know whether you could go over it with glossy accents, but I'm pretty sure you could definitely go over it with something like Mod Podge. Or Mod Podge. Yeah, which would give it a sheeny surface.
Looks very nice.
It looks pretty, doesn't it? So yeah, you could go over that with a bit of Mod Podge or something, and that would just give it a bit of a shine, bit of a shiny surface. So what do we think? Do you think we should dab a bit of gold on here? Just give it a bit of a metallic. Not too much, but just a bit. Yeah. What do we think?
It looks very good.
Do we like that one? Yeah. Okay, so they're all still drying. I'm just going to bring in the one that we did the gold straight onto the glue itself. I have to say, providing that paint sticks on there, it may be that you can bypass the gesso process altogether, because I think it looks nicest.
Pigmented, yeah.
I think that's better, do you?
Yeah, because it's covering it more.
Yeah. I prefer this one, do you?
Yeah, but I still do like the other one.
So,
really
yeah,
nice.
If you play around with these, it may be that you can forego the gesso. Like I say, this is taking quite a long time to dry, but having said that, so did the gesso. Yeah. So, yeah, just experiment around. But, yeah, I really hope that you like all these different pieces. This one, again, I'm thinking could possibly go over this with something shiny, maybe some glossy accents or something. So obviously I can't use my heat tool to dry these, you know, dry the paint, because all that would happen, it would remelt the hot glue, which would then end up with a, you know, a hot mess. So I'm not going to try and do that. Do we have any white paint here at all, sweetheart? Because I'm thinking, shall we just quickly go over this lady with some white? So let's just quickly dry my, or wipe my paintbrush. Can you see any white there? No.
That's like a white-ish, but like I think it
Have I got white up on that shelf, sweetheart?
maybe used to.
Up on that shelf up there?
That one.
Can you see up there?
Check.
Up there, sweetie? Oh, don't worry, I'll just use the gesso.
I see one white. I think it's like a cream.
Okay, so couldn't find a white, but we have got a sort of creamy colour. So let's try this. Oh, it might be a bit too brown. There you go. You know, a bit too creamy, but let's try it. Okay. I'm thinking I might be better off doing this with a finger, but
A bit steel. Don't think there's any paint in it, no.
oh my goodness, that looks gorgeous. Come and see it, sweetie. She's now just walking around having a look for the paint, but
Yeah, it does.
does look better, doesn't it?
What is that? Gesso? Oh.
That's just that creamy coloured paint.
Oh.
That beigey coloured
Oh,
paint.
that's like her skin colour.
Yeah. Looks good, doesn't it, that?
Yep.
Yeah, I like that. So, like I say, I can't do that now because it's obviously not dry. But I'm thinking you could possibly go over that with some either glossy accents or Mod Podge. And then you'd have like a shiny, you know, glossy cameo, which I think is really rather nice. So, yeah. Okay, go over a little bit more. Maybe going into there. Yeah, I think she looks good on there with the in the cream. Do you?
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, I hope that you've had fun hanging out with us. We've had a lot of fun playing with this, haven't we? And yeah, have fun if you decide to do something similar. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'd really appreciate it if you could give this video a thumbs up. we will see you in the next video. Thanks so much then.
Bye.
Bye.